Uplifting young people in a time when opportunities are scarce can be a challenge. But as you will hear in this week's edition of The Best and the Bravest, youth empowerment officers still go out to help those whose lives changed for the worst because of COVID-19. Sashali Hamilton reports.
The Best and the Bravest, highlighting the gems in everyday life.
The aim of youth empowerment officers is to empower and encourage the personal development of young people in some communities. But going into the communities to reach out to youths is a risk. And with COVID, Youth Empowerment Officer Orlando Pinto had doubts.
There are two moments of which I said that, I don't want to go out in the streets. I don't want to interact with any of our clients at the moment due to what was really happening, because it had reached to a community spread at one point, and I was becoming more worried right there and then. Because as I said, you asked earlier about the young persons, they were all over, they were everywhere. And I mean, persons want to enjoy themselves, but within this pandemic, you can't be just going out and just doing as you like or as you desire. And it worried me.
With social distancing, lockdowns and curfews, Orlando said he became worried.
I know that there are some persons who you definitely have to reach out to them on a personal level. And yes, there are some who we can have discussions with virtually or even on the phone, just by a phone call or WhatsApp, because that's what is being used these days. They're saying that it's the new norm, but for some persons, the new norm don't work.
And when everything moved online and with no peer support, there were some who might have been led astray.
I remember a couple of persons that I would have started out, discussions with, or would have assisted in certain ways, to get them to a different place. But that's okay. Yeah. But I will get there. I will have them back in this space. I will get back to them.
Despite the pandemic, duty still called, and with all the necessary precaution, they showed up.
We're going to go into the community. Let's wear gloves at this community. Let's probably buy a face shield just in the event, based on communications with persons or how much persons that we'll be in contact with. We might say, all right, then prepare an area within our school that is within the location, and we set seats strategically so persons can sit in the distance, the physical distancing.
And just like many of us, COVID halted some 2020 plans.
One of the things that would have happened this year would have been a setting where we have some kind of producer, musician, an artist would have come in and to listen to some of our young persons. I would have created a lunch hour concert for persons who would have done some recordings with us to highlight them or to have persons evaluating them.
As the pandemic rolls over into another year, he issued this advice to those who might feel discouraged.
Cement yourself in everything that you're doing. Don't hold back. You want people to give you things, but yet still you're shortchanging yourselves. It doesn't make any sense. Put your best foot out. Put your best self forward. Put your best activities forward, no matter what the activity is. No matter what circumstances you're going to be faced with. Put the best forward.
The Best and the Bravest, highlighting the gems in everyday life.